Thank you for joining me on my masterclass. Now, today we're going to be talking about the one skill that you need if you're going to be successful. The one skill that you need if you're going to be successful. Now, there's a skill that people don't realize how valuable it is. It is the foundation to every success in life. And so many people are not conscious of this skill. And that skill is simply communication. Communication. If you read scripture, if you read Bible, if you read the Torah, if you start from the book of Genesis, Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, in the beginning God, and then you keep on reading and you see that God began creation by communication. Let us create man in our image. That's communication. Communication is just the grundnorm, the foundation of every skill. If you are a blogger, you're going to need to communicate. If you are a coder, software engineer, you're going to need to communicate. You're going to communicate with your keypad. You're going to communicate. If you are a trader, you're going to communicate. Amazon, Jeff Bezos, he credits communication with the success of Amazon. How they're able to communicate to people in such a way that they're able to sell products to them. Communication is so important. But a lot of people don't know how to communicate. There's two aspects. There are two aspects of communication that you have to master if you're going to be a success at anything in life. Whether you're a doctor, whether you are an insurance agent, whether you are a banker, whatever it is, communication. Even when I was a child, in Africa, I remember I turned on the television and I saw, somebody saying, my dear fellow countrymen. And then that was a coup. For a successful coup against a democratic government, you have to communicate. To have a democratic government, the person, Obama, how was Obama able to come from nowhere and then just, took over the Democratic Party and eventually became president? Because he was a good communicator. He reduced his communication to just one line. Yes, we can, and it spurred up the people. Black, white, Puerto Rican, Chinese, Asian, everybody, coalesced around him. Communication. You've got to learn how to communicate if you're going to be successful. You don't have to go to school. You have to have a degree for you to communicate. One of the most important things about communication, and I've told you, there are two aspects of communication. The first is speaking skills, and the second, writing skills. So when you are living in this modern era where the internet separates you from people, but also connects you from people to people, a lot of times you're going to be using communication skills that are in writing, right? And then if you are dealing with people, face to face, and then also sometimes even with the internet, in terms of like video communications, you're going to be speaking to people. Now, there's one key thing you've got to understand with communication. It's not about you. Communication is not about you. It's about us. It's about we. It's about two people, either you and the other person or you and the other parties. So maybe it's a group. So when you're communicating, what you have to do is that you have to get out of yourself and then make sure that you are meeting the need to understand of the party that you're talking to. It's very, very important to understand that, It's kind of cool here. Now, you see, with communication skills, when you take yourself, your ego out, and then you are considerate of the other person, communication goes well. That's why you go to, for instance, you go to the market and then you see two people selling the same product, or not even selling the same product. Maybe one is selling a product that is vastly superior to the other person. But then, because of communication, maybe you got two market women selling tomatoes, and then one of them is just grouchy, she's not attempting to communicate, and she's just like, and then the other one is just, my customer, how are you? How is that your little girl that you came with the last time? Okay, oh, that's nice. You remember the dress that you wore? I like that dress. All of a sudden, you find yourself gravitating towards that person. Why? Because communication has broken the layer that is between the two of you. And you see what she's done with that communication. It's not about her. She's projected the entire communication about you, your daughter, your clothes, you. And you see, if you read Genesis chapter 1 verse 28, when that verse is going to help you understand humans, it's going to help you understand man. God said in that verse, He says, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and dominate it, and have dominion over the birds of the air, the fish of the sea, and over every living thing that walks or creeps on the earth. So you see, man is to have dominion. That means that man has an ego. That ego is what pushes you to want to feel important. God put it in you. God put an ego in you so that you can have a desire to feel important. And how do you feel important? To dominate your environment. So when you have somebody communicating with you and then feeding that need that God put in you, making it about you, asking about you, communicating about you, you're going to find yourself surrendering to that person. You're going to find yourself just, giving that person what the person wants. And that is the key to communication. And that communication skill, if you have it, you're going to be successful in everything that you're going to do. Whether it's in business, whether it's in politics, whether it's in sports, whether it's in any aspect of human endeavor. Once you understand the key to communication, for instance, I'm here. You're watching this video. If I was to tell you this video, I'm wearing Hugo Boss. I have on, a very, very nice shoe. I have a nice haircut. Look at me. I'm slim. You're not going to want to listen to me. You're going to say, look, who's this narcissistic fellow? But you see, now I'm communicating with you. I'm telling you about things that are going to benefit you. I'm telling you how to achieve those things that are going to benefit you. So my communication is not about me, it's about you. So what I've done, and this is what Mr. Covey in his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, this is what he said, that you seek first to understand and then to be understood. So I, first of all, seek to understand you, seek to meet your needs, seek to fill your needs, seek to benefit you, and then after that, you might be opened up to wanting to do the same to me. So you see, just imagine communication as, there is a wall. And this wall, there's two of us, there's me and you. And this wall is too high for us to climb. It's taller than both of us. How do we climb this wall? Except I first bend my back and allow you to climb on my back, and then you climb the wall, and then you sit on it, and then you stretch out your hands, and then you pull me up. That's the only way both of us are going to climb. But if I say, no, I'm not going to bend for you, and you say you're not going to bend for me, there is no communication, and we're going to remain at the same place. Now, my name is Reno Omokri. If you've watched this video and you have questions arising from this video, put them in the comment section of this video. My staff are very good at curating comments. You're going to curate them and bring them to me, and I'm going to respond to each and every category. Now, I might not respond to your particular comment, but I'll respond to your category. And I just want to remind you, I do not have a WhatsApp forum, a Gmail email address, or a Telegram channel. Scammers have seen that my videos tend to go viral very quickly, and so they've created a number of fake YouTube profiles approaching people in the comment sections of my videos, telling them helpline, guideline, one-on-one mentoring, contact me for more profitable information. And the latest, they named their channel paid by Reno Omokri. So when they respond to you, you think that I've paid it. You're going to be careful. These people are scammers. If you contact them, they're going to ask you to pay $1,000, and that's the last you're going to hear from them. And then you're going to come back to me, start saying, Pastor Reno, you've duped me. No, I haven't duped you. I'm the apostle of prosperity. I want to make people prosper. I don't want to make people go into poverty. Like this Reno Omokri saying, God bless you.
But Reno travels all around the world. I hope you get inspired about what you see. Apostle of greatness, Reno is a master. Only one man against the whole world in large. Fighting with the monsters, poverty I can't stand. That's why Reno is